Verity's AWN social media assistant, coming from Jacksonville, Florida today, and I just wanted to hop on here on live and speak to you today about the MilSpouse empowerment moment for me. Today's MilSpouse empowerment moment title has to do with taking time for yourself and not feeling guilty about it. I know most of us are moms and MilSpouses, and sometimes it just takes a toll on you. Life takes a toll on you. And sometimes life can be chaotic and you lose sight of yourself sometimes. And it just takes, you focus on other people as opposed to yourself, just because, that's just human nature, especially for moms and for people in general, to make sure that other people are okay, especially your little kids or your husband or your wife. And sometimes you just lose sight of your self-care. And I'm just here to tell you that it's important to take time for yourself and not to feel guilty about taking time for yourself. You have to take care of yourself first in order to be able to take care of those others in your life, whoever they may be, whether it is family members or whether it is work coworkers, whether it is parents, whether it's pets, whoever it is. Make sure you take care of yourself first. Like I said, sometimes life can be chaotic and you feel like you're being pulled in every direction. But like I said, it's important to take time to take care of yourself, even if you don't think you deserve it. Recently, my husband has had surgery on his hip. He's a veteran now. He was in the military for 3 years. We were in the Army. And sometimes we miss it, sometimes we don't. But the Army, even him being in for such a short amount of time, it took a toll on his body. So he had hip surgery on his right, and then in a few months we have to do the left side. So I'm having to play both husband and wife and mom and dad for our kids, because he really can't, he's not really mobile. He's in crutches and a brace and not a sling, a brace, and sometimes he has to use a cane. So he really can't, and we live on the second floor of our apartment, so inconvenient, of course, obviously, for somebody who just had hip surgery, so inconvenient. And so sometimes it has been, for the past couple of weeks, it's been hard to really focus on myself, just because I'm having to focus on my kids, because he is just immobile. He can't really stand for long periods of time, or he can't really bend and sit on the ground and play with our kids. So I have had to make sure that I make time for myself, even if it's 10 minutes in the car before I go pick up the kids. And obviously it's hard for him to drive too right now. So I obviously am having to drop them off and pick them up. So even like sitting in my car for 10 minutes before I turn my car off and walk inside to school to pick them up. Even if you don't think that is enough time for you to just calm down and woosah or meditate. Maybe your me time is scrolling on Facebook, or maybe your me time is watching a funny YouTube video. Those things matter. Those things are good for your sanity. Those things are good for you to unwind from your day and unwind from the moment that you're about to walk into school or daycare or wherever to pick up your kids. Because as soon as you see them, they're going to be like, mommy, 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 mommy. I know for my two, one of them can't really speak yet because she's about to be 1. But the other one, as soon as he sees me, mommy, 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 let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you the fun things I did at school today. And so if you take that time at the beginning of the day, or wherever time is good for you to take your me time, whenever it's time for you to turn that mom switch on, you don't feel as drained, or you don't feel as tired, or you don't feel as exhausted. You know that you took time for yourself, because it's important. Like I said, we get so caught up in the day-to-day of our lives, whether it is waking up in the morning, getting the kids ready for school, wake up in the morning to make breakfast, wake up in the morning to take the dogs out, wake up in the morning to read your devotional, whatever you do in the morning. We get caught up in all of those day-to-day things that our self-care gets put on the back burner. And then you wonder why you're so exhausted, and that your fuse is short, and the littlest thing can set you off. So, it's important to find an outlet for yourself. It's important to step away from the situation for a second, no matter what it is. And you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You shouldn't feel guilty about taking care of yourself first. Because like I said, if you don't take care of yourself first, then how are you supposed to take care of these little people that are looking up to you and, wanting every moment of your attention? And if you feel guilty about it, you shouldn't, because, like I said, it matters that you take care of yourself. It matters that you look and feel okay enough to be able to look at your kids and be like, yes, let's go do that. And then you have more energy to do things, and you want to engage with just the things around you with other people. And getting caught up in the day-to-day, you sometimes get pushed onto autopilot where you're just like, I got to do this, and you're not even paying attention to what's happening in the life around you because you're so caught up in these routines that you have for your family and for your life that you wake up, get kids ready for school, get ready for work, get in the car, drive to school, drive to work, do your work, pick up the kids, go home, cook dinner, unwind, give a bath, go to bed. So where's the time? Where is the importance of you? You have to be able to carve out, and it doesn't matter how much time it is. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour, but it's important to carve some amount of time in the day, because there's 24 hours in the day. Yes, it sometimes seems like there's not enough time in the day. I know that it feels like that for me every single day, but making time for yourself is an important part of life that you should make a priority as a part of your life, in addition to everything else as you make a priority in your life. Me time is important in order to be able to function as a wife and a mom. I just said that. Take care of yourself so that you have the energy to look or to do things with other people. And it doesn't even have to be with wife and mom duties. It could be going out with your girlfriends, and maybe that is your me time every week, where you carve out an hour during happy hour on a Friday, and you guys meet up and you go to a restaurant and you guys have some drinks, or you guys have some dinner, and that is your me time. Even if it's just once a week, it doesn't even have to be every day, but making it a priority where you're going, removing yourself from your everyday situation. And sometimes you can't do it every week, but if you make a priority to do it once every 2 weeks, if you can't do it every day, or if you can't do it every week, just making sure you carve out that time for other people that are not in your life every day, so that you can tell them about the things that are happening in your life, and they can give you advice and things are happening in your life, as opposed to just talking to your dog or your son about things he doesn't even know about, or even like talking to your husband. Sometimes you need an outside perspective, especially with things at work. Maybe he doesn't understand, or maybe he's heard it a lot, and then he's just telling you the same thing over and over again. Maybe you need an outside perspective. So getting together with your girlfriends can be part of your me time. I wish that my friends that I have gotten to know, even through college, I wish they were here in Jacksonville with me. But even texting them, even like having a phone call, even having a FaceTime, that can be your carved out me time for your week or for your day. And you're able to connect with them, and just catch up, and you're able to give yourself a time out from your life. Well, I guess I should talk about the me time that I have for myself. My husband and I are huge video game nerds, and we have supercomputers, not really supercomputers, but computers that can, we can play video games on. So one of the games that we like to play often is League of Legends, and I'm sure I don't even probably even look like I play video games, or hold the stereotype of somebody who does. So even though it takes, it's about an hour each game, and even if I'm exhausted at the end of the night, and my husband makes sure that I even take time for myself to go into our computer room or our office and log into this game and play this game with other people who don't even know who I am. And it's so fun, and it allows me to just like turn the world off, turn everything off around me. I don't have to take care of the kids because they're already in bed. My husband's doing his own thing, and I can just stare at this computer and play this game that I have learned to enjoy and love. And that is my me time. Well, one of the me times. I mean, I probably have a few me times And one of them is actually being in this car. And one of the things that sparked the topic today was we needed somebody to do the Facebook Live today. And I said I would do it, but I work in the middle of the day, and if you guys don't mind me doing it from my car, then I don't mind doing it. And so that sparked the, taking time for yourself. Sometimes the time for yourself is in your car. Sometimes it's, driving from school to work, and you're listening to a podcast on the radio, and you are getting your empowerment for the day, or you're getting your devotional for the day, whatever you listen to on the radio, or you just like to listen to Elvis Duran in the morning show, and you like to listen to them talk about nonsense and things that are just funny and don't even have anything to do with you and are just hilarious. So that's what sparked this taking time for yourself for a mom who's always on the go and a wife who's always on the go. So that is one of the many things that I try to do to help myself, just to try unwind and turn the world off whenever you need to do it. So the number one thing to take away from this is do not feel guilty about taking time for yourself. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty about taking time for yourself. You should always practice self-care, no matter what it is. It could be a mani-pedi. It could be that video game that you like to play. It could be sitting in your car for 10 minutes before you walk into daycare or school to pick up your kids. It could be going out on a Friday night with your girlfriends. No matter what it is, remember, do not feel guilty about taking time for yourself, ever, because it is important and for your sanity as a wife and as a mom to be able to sometimes check out of the things that are happening day to day and be able to just relax your mind. It doesn't make you any less of a mom or wife to take time for yourself. And maybe at the end of the day, your partner appreciates that you take time out for yourself. I know my husband, he pushes me to be able to sit down and relax, because I'm always go, 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 go. Every time I get home, go, 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 go. He's like, honey, just sit down and relax. You just sit down and watch TV, or you don't have to make dinner yet, or we don't have to eat right now, or we can go out to eat if you don't want to cook. So having a partner that understands the importance of self-care is very, very, very important. And I do appreciate that he understands that as well. I would like to end this to keep the conversation going with the live. Maybe you can comment after the video is posted. What are ways that you practice self-care? Ways are things that you do that I didn't mention that somebody wouldn't even think about doing. Because sometimes you might do the same thing over and over again, and it could get boring. So it's nice to be able to practice other ways that other people practice their self-care. So I just want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that you gained some kind of insight from my life as a busy mom, and that you're able to, unwind in whatever way that is. And remember, we're always here for support, and AWN just appreciates all of your support, and no matter what we're doing. And remember, you can always check out the lives after they're posted here and on YouTube. And for any other empowerment and education and just everyday military spouse life things, always check us out on social media. And I'm about to cut this short. Well, that's not short. It's been about 20 minutes. So I got to get back to work. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and stay safe. Bye.